Hello and welcome back to Coin Matters channel. This video is focused on one thing and one thing only, burning OUNC. These days I've been bombarded with the question, hey, GC, why is your NFT Penguins project so successful? Due to our organic approach to construction, we often have to travel a longer route to get where we're going. Our projects will bear fruit, but there is a lot of development down that route. Many early Penguin investors likely wondered, did I just waste $200,000 on a dud, or did I make a smart move? As it turns out, that was a wise expenditure. Since the returns on those Penguins prizes are so large, it's like you staked $200,000, only we'd offer you an extra $100,000 in USTC for doing so. Now, I've gotten here by taking things slowly and methodically, by carefully planning ahead and keeping an eye on the big picture, just like out with the Penguins. And that's become very clear in the day's closing video. Looking at Project Link now, we have a foundational white paper available. What I hope to do, though, is to demonstrate that this isn't just another NFT initiative from which proceeds would be banned indefinitely. This goes below the surface. Right? For this reason, we're investigating IBC staking modules as well as Alliance staking modules. Project LUNCBurn token, or PLB token for short, will be a CW20 token that will be distributed to coin purchasers. That coin's liquidity will then be staked with an Atom validator or something similar, obviously leaving the blockchain. We're expanding our horizons. After that, we plan to engage in USTC buybacks. It's crucial for this effort to be doing this because companies like Nance, which keep a lot of USTC, will eventually want to sell that USTC. As the price rises, it may fall to projects like ours to legally acquire USTC coins and burn them. In this way, we have started buybacks and burning. How far away do we still need to be from this? Actually, the project is the truth. It needs to be minted. We have narrowed the first stage down to a minting requirement of 20,000 NFTs. And it's been streamlined as much as possible by us. Now that's not me sleeping off other banned projects, because if you've seen our other video today, you'll know that I've got the other burn projects listed. If you took all the liquidity that Lunatique's token took through burning, for example, you could fund this project about 13 times over. Wow, he really does seem to be concerned. It's never meant to be taken personally, I realize that. For the blockchain, of course. To reiterate, we'll be using POB tokens again. We have to mint this initial phase out, and if we had done so with any of these other initiatives, we could have minted it out 10 times over. It will remain in that location indefinitely. It's okay, as the NFT market has access to perpetual liquidity thanks to this blockchain. It's good for business. You couldn't have come up with a better burn project than this one. After that, it becomes a PLB token, the USTC buybacks and burn system, and the IBC staking module. All the while, I'm working on a tiny little game that I can't stop playing because it's so addicting. However, there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of testing before it's ready for release. If there are two people playing, they can place a wager on who they think will win, with the winner receiving 60% of the prizes and the loser receiving 40% of the bonds. You can think to yourself, well, that's a pretty isolated incident. True, but a lot of people look at games like Clash Royale and think, well, you're not gonna be able to get out and play store hard, but that's because they're too basic and don't have enough of a community or enough of an audience to warrant the attention of those who would buy it. The wonderful thing about crypto is that we don't need to get it on Play Store. Instead, we can run these games in the web browser. It's really that easy. All you have to do is click full screen mode, and then you're set for whatever screen size you're using. We can't keep these essentials to ourselves, otherwise, well, let's simply think what's inside the box. If even you Americans know about the industrial revolutions, especially in my nation, and how times change, let's follow in their footsteps. That, or they're up to something. We may go with this, then. No, we need to think beyond the box. In fact, let's just get rid of the box. After all, there is no box, and as for the spoon, forget it. Nothing at all. The ambitions for this are enormous. And if it gets the backing it requires from Garner, I have no doubt it will carry out its duties. As well as a fire that will never go out. So, I estimate that the greatest protocol, coin, or whatever you want to call them, is currently generating anywhere between $50 and $60 million each month. Right? Before, they were doing a lot more, but that's the way these things go. They must always have a steady stream of customers. If the burns are to continue indefinitely, the process must continue indefinitely. The team couldn't run away from their problems, thus it must be why sales of Lunatics token collapsed. You can't get projectile burns in the lungs like that. Right? It is a fully mechanized burning mechanism. Once a month, when you compound, the system deducts the staking fee and, voila, you have a bun. Once the module reaches its destination, Mintel will begin an automatic compounding sequence so that further compounding is unnecessary. Instead, the monthly burn rate will be set to 0. 80% will expend 20% or compound it, maintaining and expanding the original fund. And that's not even considering the potential of the PLB coin. Based on the data I've collected so far, I'm reluctant to reveal too much about the project's architecture for fear that others may steal my ideas. However, correct in the end. If you believe that the project doesn't require more burning at the end of the module's allotted time, then you're mistaken. You'd be fooling yourself if you thought I didn't have a strategy to compensate every single holder. You deliberate, you weigh your options since the remaining monies have to go somewhere. With that out of the way, we're active across all social media platforms and have been for some time. We're making posts on both our Penguins page and the LUNCBurn page, and doing whatever else we can to get the word out. As our voting power has increased, I am even now shelling out $2 million per month from the node's profits to acquire these NFTs. The number of validators who say things like, "Oh, yeah, we're going to burn our revenue," is increasing. We plan to burn it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Since it's not that much, I guess it's fine. Neither burn it nor let the LUNCBurn NF. People's reluctance to back TS is its main problem. People were talking about different things, other projects, different influences. I've promoted and discussed several BAM initiatives, but you rarely hear them back our efforts. Moreover, they have no interest in seeing anything like this reach a point where it dominates the radio airwaves. The company's monthly revenue has increased from $60,000 to $90,000, and it continues to grow and provide new features like the PLB token, the Alliance, the Daikin, and the IBC module. No one has the right to tell me that HTC won't be able to accomplish all of this. The quality of my work will always be apparent. My work will always be a window into my motivations. Trust is the best kind of exchange available. And I have done nothing to lose the faith of this town, and I have repeatedly demonstrated that I am here to serve the community. I'm here to help the blockchain, and I only create projects that will succeed. We don't rush things and prefer an organic growth strategy. Folks, I'm counting on your backing for this endeavor, to the extent that you haven't started already. My best piece of advice is to avoid buying these NFTs on the secondary market because doing so rewards the original seller. The initiative receives zero funding. We have a serious problem with the vast majority of customers who are either unaware of or unwilling to pay the band's 1% surcharge since they prefer to buy them used. We're all just wasting our time here, you know. If you can help it, avoid buying them used on the market. There's a lot more secret content in this project LUNCBurn, so be on the lookout if you're trying to get the full package. How much could project LUNCBurn growth be expected to increase if you consider how far Penguins came from just 3 simple white papers to this in a matter of, a couple of months? We care for it by giving it the water, care, and attention it needs. And if we take care of it, what will it accomplish? As with LUNCPenguins, it will ensure our well-being while also caring for the blockchain and delivering any necessary use cases or liquidity cycles. LUNCPenguins are currently the lifeblood of the NFT markets. Other ventures aren't doing well because consumers don't get a return on investment, ROI, after making purchases. The biggest problem with things like Grata is that they can literally flood the NFT markets and LUNC with rubbish, draining liquidity from holders in the process. In the end, the liquidity travels in a different direction, off-chain. I love that phrase, bastardize, since it accurately describes what happens when something is oversimplified. People, today is a great time to watch videos. I trust today's live broadcast was entertaining. After that, this one will unquestionably hit shelves. You know, burning at the rate that we are right now without any projects like this, it's 36 years even with Binance burning, and that's actual factual data that's readily available, so if you love burning, support this project if you haven't already and get to know it by coming in, reading the white paper, understanding things, and going through everything. StakeBin and similar sites have statistics like this in their The Metric Session sections. Really impressive, huh? Please use this book to your advantage. I made it with you in mind. Everything you need to know about Penguin Islands, our upcoming battlegrounds, game, contact information, and disclaimers is included in this response. And I pray that people would stop passing me by and start looking at me. Oh, it's just another YouTuber like everyone always says I am, but they never mention all the projects I've led or the things I've built or the auto-compounding modules that have brought forward all the different people I've brought to the crypto space, such as Strapped Cold and people like him, or the fact that he himself said on Twitter, "I'm here because of HCC, no one else, and I decided to do what I'm doing because of HCC." To be honest, I find it difficult to believe someone would just come out and say anything like that. And similar topics from MIT. It would be huge if someone were to feign honesty. If you aren't already, please consider backing our node and other impactful nodes in the network. I have several bids now being advertised. A proposal was posted today, so check it out. I'll see if I can include a description with a link to it. If not, head over to their Twitter profile. We apologize for the confusion caused by the many pieces of information. The Quant team would appreciate it if you would visit the Twitter space. Pay attention to what Fafi has to say. This is a fascinating topic. And I believe you will see that person for who they truly, honestly, and entirely are. Also, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say they don't want to voice Doc's character during that time before. That's exactly what Bilbo is hoping to avoid. Intriguing, to put it mildly. There's going to be a lot of exciting developments soon. There are many initiatives that I will be leading. I have something incredibly exciting to present to the entire UNC campus. Maintain your suspense. This is not a recommendation for your financial situation. This book is not intended as legal advice, investment advice, or any other kind of advice. Be wary of scammers, doppelgangers, and anyone pretending to be me. It's meant as a reference, not as gospel or the law. Please like and subscribe. See you later. Bye.